All right, what's up, college football fans? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are here to do a play-by-play game with Glory Days College Football, which just released this past Friday at SidelineStrategy.com. And I picked these two teams. I did this game once in test in play-by-play mode, and it was an ugly, turnover-filled affair. 5 total fumbles lost, and just really a sloppy game. Oklahoma won the test game 7-0 on a punt return of all things in the third quarter. An ugly game in that one for Ray, the USC quarterback. He was 3 for 14. And Oklahoma controlled the ball throughout the game on the ground with their wishbone offense. Of course, a Barry Switzer staple. And turned the ball over twice on fumbles inside the USC 20. So not as close as a 7-0 score would indicate, but definitely a very sloppy game. So we'll see if they can do better here. And in full disclosure, I probably only have I wanted to get to this earlier, so I'll probably only have time to get a half in, but this will give you a good view of a full play-by-play mode, at least for a half. A couple of housekeeping items. First off, I want to thank everybody that supported the game on release. Very successful release weekend. And as a small token of my appreciation, I am doing a freebie set, which I'm going to release this coming weekend, which will include 2 oft-requested teams that did not make the final 30. And again, that was based on aggregate ratings over multiple websites. But the freebie will have 1966 Notre Dame and 1966 Michigan State, which of course played to that epic 10-10 tie in 1966. And as a indulgence to myself, the 1984 national champion BYU Cougars will be in that set as well, because you have to have 3 teams to a sheet for the PDF. So there you have it. That'll be coming up. And again, thanks to everybody who purchased and supported the game. Appreciate it. And as always, very open to any feedback you have. One more housekeeping item. I want to give a special thanks to the Los Angeles Dodgers for taking that albatross, also known as Joey Gallo, off the hands of the New York Yankees. And once again proving the Yankees not only are better than the Dodgers, but smarter. But anyway, he's yours now, LA. Enjoy him and his 170 average and 2 strikeouts a game. So anyway, back to the issue at hand, college football. So Oklahoma won the toss. They will get 9 drives per game for each team. Again, that's mostly due to Oklahoma's propensity to chew large swaths of clock with their 91% rush attack. USC is just under 70% running the ball, so you're not going to see a lot of fireworks through the air in this one, but should be a fun game and hopefully not as ugly as the time these two met in tests. So here we go. USC kicking it off, and it's going to be a touchback. Oklahoma takes over on their own 25. And here we're just going to mark drives in this area here since we're doing full play-by-play mode. Oklahoma comes up, and Switzer, of course, he's going to stick to the ground. It's going to be a stalemate result. And running the ball, that is going to be still even in stalemate. Oklahoma's got some pretty good results. They had a very potent rushing attack, averaging just under 6 yards a carry in 1974. And this is going to be an 8-yard gain, and ball carrier here is going to be Burgett. And Burgett has an adjustment, actually no adjustment there in stalemate, so he will get the 8 yards. We're underway in Oklahoma, facing a 2nd down and 2 from their own 35. Probably not going to see a pass here, and nope, Switzer sticking on the ground, 21. Good news for Oklahoma. That's going to be in the 1-star column, and that's going to be a big play 1 result. So 17, Burgett again, and Burgett is going to bust right through the USC defense here, and that is going to be a 26-yard scamper for Burgett. So already 2 carries, 34 yards for him. And that gets it all the way down to the USC 41-yard line. So offense much crisper to start this game than the first time these two teams met. Once again, sticking to ground, it's going to be Washington, the ball carrier, and another one-star result for Washington. As he takes a pitch, jumps back inside, and he's got a 7-yard gain. So Oklahoma, they ran through the USC defense in the test game as well. As I mentioned, they just had 2 turnovers in the red zone. So off to a very similar start here. USC and 9. It's going to be a short pass. So Oklahoma coming out throwing. This is going to be a pass intended for Hoffman, 63. They are not a throwing team. That's going to be a D++ for USC. And roll of 7, and that's going to be a 6-yard gain, but a possible interception. So that gets it down to the 28, and on turnovers, you might as well give it up. 19 or less, it's picked off. So Oklahoma, just as I say, it looked to be a lot crisper. They almost avoided that, but not so fast, my friend. Oops, I got to put that there. Davis tries to get too cute, or actually Switzer, and throws an interception, and it's picked off at the 28-yard line by USC, and we already have a turnover in this one. The return for the Trojans, and 2 on the interception return is going to be a 10-yard return up to their 38. So USC takes over now, and they're going to see if they can get off the schneid, so to speak, on their first drive. They'll have 4 drives in the first half. So USC, they're going to come out and stick it to Oklahoma on the ground as well, and they are going to be a little better on the ground than Oklahoma if they can just hang on to the ball. But 25 here, and that's going to be the 1-star result 0. That's going to be a 4-yard gain, and the ball carrier there is Sam Bam Cunningham. This USC roster, if they would have had a better quarterback, they were loaded. Anthony Davis, Cunningham, Swan catching the ball. So plenty of skill players on this team for sure for John McKay, who also had his son on the team. All right, second down at 6, going to be another run play, and this is going to be a 2-star result. Ball carrier once again is going to be Cunningham, as he busts off tackle through the Oklahoma defense and racks up another 4 yards. Going to be 3rd down and 2 from their own 46. Oklahoma stacking the box, and remember, 3rd and 1 to 2, if we roll a run play, which most likely will be, Oklahoma's going to get an advantage. They did not need one. And 99, I forgot to mention, we had an event in the first contest these guys met in play-by-play, which greatly dampened the offenses of both teams for 2 drives each. So we're going to go to the event chart, and again, the way this works in play-by-play mode, the first 99 you roll in each quarter goes to the event chart. After that, it's just whatever the normal play result, in this case, would have been a long pass. But let's bring up the event chart. See what we got here in this one. 62 and 62 cheerleaders hit by errant pass out of bounds. QB shaken, -2 to drive chart result next time, and -1 to trench control in play-by-play. So next time, we're not playing hybrid or quick play, of course. So next time USC has the ball, it's going to be a -1 to whatever they get. So by that, it's -1 column to the bad on the trench control roll. So Ray, though, that's going to be an incomplete pass, and he starts out just like he did the first time, 4th down and 2. And Davis, or McKay, he's actually going to go for it here. And again, that play-by-play chart effect takes place on the next drive. That's what the event chart says. So this would be normal. Still, Oki's going to be stacking the box here. 41, that would have been a stalemate. It's going to go to the defensive plus category. And ball carrier here is going to be Anthony Davis. Roll of 1, and that is going to be 2 yards, but we're going to have a measurement. And remember, optional rule, if it is the line to gain on 3rd and 4th down, you will do a measurement, and the way that works, you roll a 1d20. And if it is equal to or less than the defense's drive defense rating, which is 12 for Oklahoma, it's a turnover. If not, it's first down. So here comes the chains, and it looks close. Might be a little bit short. Stretching them out, and just got that by the nose of the football. So Anthony Davis fights his way ahead for 2 yards, and we have a first down for USC here. And the drive is alive. It's going to be a run play, and this will come out of the defensive plus chart once again. And roll a 5 for the Sooners on their defensive chart. That's going to be a 2-yard gain, and here comes that turnover bug again. Possible fumble, and ball carrier there once again will be Davis. And USC, they are 1-9, no adjustment from Oklahoma, and they hang on to the ball. So USC has dodged a couple of bullets on that potential turnover in the measurement. 2nd down and 8. Ray gets him up to the line of scrimmage. Possible penalty. It's going to be a run play to Anthony Davis once again. 22 comes out of the 1-star column. So Anthony Davis, looking to get redemption for 2 mediocre carries thus far, plunges ahead for a 5-yard gain. Let's check the penalty, though, before we mark that. And 11, there is no penalty. So down to the 45, that's going to make it 3rd and 3 as AD. Nice little run there off tackle. Cuts it back and met by the Oklahoma defense 3 yards short of the first down. 3rd down and 3. And 3rd and 3, going to be another run play here. You see 0 to 4 is a run, and no adjustment because it's medium range. 54, however, is going to come off the Oklahoma defensive chart. They will have a chance to stop this. So 3 and 1-yard gain. Oklahoma defense rises up. It's going to be 4th and 2. Ball carrier on that is going to be Cunningham, so he was stymied. Oklahoma's defense playing tough. And is McKay going to go for it again? He is. So Riverboat Gambler, John McKay, 4th and 2 for the 2nd time. And we are still, remember that adjustment doesn't take place till the next drive. So 12, and that is going to be a run play for sure. That would have been a plus or 2-star. It's kicked down to a 1-star, which bodes very well for USC, and that is going to be a 5-yard gain, and ball carrier there. Once again, actually McNeil this time, so McNeil busts through the Oklahoma defense for a 5-yard run, and 2 4th down conversions on this drive have kept things going for USC. Again, another run-heavy game, and USC 1st and 10. They're going to keep the ball on the ground. 53, that's going to be another Oklahoma defensive plus result, and it's stuffed for the Sooners. And ball carrier there, Anthony Davis, he's going to get met in the backfield. And going to the team-specific stuff chart, roll of 5, it's going to be a minus 2-yard run for Davis. So the Oklahoma defense keen on Davis early in this one. Kicks it back to the Oklahoma 41 as he has 4 carries, 7 yards in the early going here first quarter. And once you get behind the sticks, another optional rule, you could stay with a 2nd down, but 2nd down and more than 10, you go to the 2-minute category. And very important optional rule that adds some more balance to what teams would do if it's 1st and 10, or 1st and 15, 2nd 12 like it is here, etc., etc. So that 6 result's actually going to turn into a long pass for the Trojans. 44, we got a possible penalty too, and coming off the defensive plus chart. None of that bodes well for the Trojans, and that is going to be incomplete and a possible sack. So first we will try or check for the sack. And 1 to 10 plus 2 adjustment, 12 or less, and that's going to be a sack. Let's see who the penalty is on just for the heck of it. No penalty on the play, so that's going to be a sack for Ray, and that is going to be a minus 7-yard gain. So pretty sure McKay with 3rd and 19 now is not going to go for it now on 4th down if they don't get a 17-yard gain or better. Staying in that 2-minute column because we're behind the sticks, and once again a crappy roll coming out of the Oklahoma defensive category. And USC actually crossed them up here, so this is going to be a run play. And roll of 5, that is going to be a 2-yard run and another possible fumble. Ball carrier on that is going to be Cunningham. And USC dodges yet another bullet. It's going to be 4th down. So, again, as I mentioned in other videos, the game's meant to be played in hybrid mode. Quick play mode will give you very good numbers in terms of the turnovers and total plays, etc. Sometimes the yardage is a little high in quick play. Nothing too bad. And, of course, you don't get the variety of stats that you do in the other modes. Play-by-play mode, sometimes the turnovers are a shade high, and you can house rule that, and just an example there would be no fumbles off of the stalemate chart for the offense, only if it's a defensive result. And then also you can take away the interception on the long pass 1-star column. So 2 house rules you can use if you play full play-by-play. So just a heads up on that. But you know, otherwise, again, it's nothing egregious. So 4th down for the Trojans. Finally, they are stopped and no penalty. This is going to be a punt. And 8C, that's going to be a nice 43-yard punt. That's going to come down at the 3-yard line. And Oklahoma, who has a punt return rating of C, roll of 9, and we're going to the team chart. So, again, there is a TD. It happened. It bit USC in the ass the first time these two teams played. This, however, is going to be a 4-yard return. Washington getting the ball, bringing that out from that deep. And that's where the Sooners are going to start drive number 2 here. And this is their final drive of the first quarter. So USC took some time off the clock. Not a lot of yards on that 10-play, 11-play drive, only 16. Again, they had a sack in there and a stuff that caught Anthony Davis in the backfield. Oklahoma going to get right back to what they do best. That's run the ball. And USC expecting that is going to come out of their defensive plus category. That's going to be a stuff for the Trojans. And ball carrier there is going to be Luttrell. Luttrell in their test matchup I did with these guys play-by-play went off. He had over 100 yards, was the Sooners' leading rusher. Not starting that way this time as he is hit in the backfield, minus 2-yard loss for the big fullback. And back to the 5, 2nd down and 12. Oklahoma backed up against it. They were in this situation also in the test, and Luttrell in a similar situation broke a 32-yard run. Not that I'm wishing that on anyone. And 25, that's going to be a 1-star result for the Sooners. And ball carrier is going to be Peacock in, the backup quarterback, giving Davis a break. He normally runs the ball when he's in. So 1-star result, and Peacock, Elvis, gets a 3-yard gain. So still going to leave a 3rd down and 9. And Oklahoma, they did have that big play the first time they had the ball, but USC has them in an enviable position here. The Sooner offense definitely not built for this. And 3, and to show you how not built they are for this, they're still going to run the ball. It's 0-5 in 3rd plus. They do get the bonus there because it's defense not expecting pass. But all that does is take it from defensive plus to stalemate category. And ball carrier there is going to be Washington. He does get a 1-yard adjustment to his stalemate run. And roll of 8 is going to be a 7-yard run up to the 15. And that's still going to be 2 yards short, 4th and 2. And Switzer, not the riverboat gambler McKay, is especially not this deep in the territory. So Sooners offense is going to be held to 7 plays in the first quarter as they get ready to boot this away. And 95, and that is almost blocked. They get it away, though. It's a 40-yard punt. And that's going to come down at the 45. Anthony Davis back there to field it for the Trojans. They are a B on the punt return, and he's going to let it bounce, and it will roll dead at their own 45. That's where USC starts their 2nd and final drive of the first quarter. And no score in this one. Remember, their test game was a 7-7 ugly fest. And USC coming out running the ball, stalemate column. Ball carrier is going to be McNeil. And McNeil had a fairly decent game. He has no adjustment here to whatever the result is in stalemate. And roll of 5, that's going to be a 5-yard gain for McNeil. So he has 10 yards on 2 carries. Second down and 5 for the Trojans. Gets it up to midfield. And second down, and once again a run play for USC. This is going to come off the defensive plus column, however, and 2 is going to be another stuff. Ball carrier here is McNeil again. This time he's going to get clobbered in the backfield. Oklahoma's defense charging hard. Stuff, -1 and a possible fumble. So once again, that's hit on the 49, and this time USC is going to lose it. So we have 1 turnover each here as the first quarter comes to a close. And it is 0-0, but Oklahoma, who will get 3 drives this quarter, taking over 1st and 10 on the USC 49-yard line. Let's see if they can kick this offense into gear here. 62, that ain't going to get it done. That will come off the defensive plus column for USC. Roll of 2, that is a 1-yard gain. Ball carrier there for the Sooners is going to be Luttrell. So Luttrell, who ate his USC's lunch in that test game, they're not giving him any yardage here. 2 carries, -1 yard. 2nd and 9, another plus defensive result for the Trojans, and that's going to be another 1-yard gain. Ball carrier here is going to be Peacock. So third down, and 8 from their USC 47. Oklahoma struggling early in this one, and they are going to keep the ball on the ground with Washington. 51, and this time they're going to get a little bit of a break. It's going to go to the stalemate column as USC expecting to pass. So 2 stalemate, and that's going to be a 6-yard run and a possible fumble for the Sooners. Yikes. So it's going to be 4th and 2 if they recover it, and they don't. They give it right back to USC. So both teams having trouble holding on to the ball here in this one as USC takes over on their own 41-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 10, and this will be USC's 3rd drive of the game. Barry Switzer beside himself. USC is going to come out and run the ball, and a good result for the Trojans as it's going to come off the 2-star column. We at least know there will be no turnovers here, and we also know that 0 is a big play 2 result, and we also know Anthony Davis has a ball. So Davis takes a handoff, stood up, bounces outside, and he's got room to run, and Davis, 8 on the big play 2 chart, is going to be a 25-yard run. So AD down to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 from the Okie 35 or 34 USC, and they are in business here in plus territory. And that gave them some positive yardage. So 1st down, USC sticking on the ground. 35, that is going to be a 1-star result. Again, USC definitely has a better run offense in the defense-offense matchup here. McNeil is going to be the ball carrier. And 1-star result is going to be a 7-yard gain for McNeil. So USC has Oklahoma reeling here early and looking to punch one across on their first drive of the second quarter. 2nd down and 3, and they just need to take care of the ball. Possible penalty and not good. Run play here. And 22 is going to be a 1-star result, and ball carrier is going to be McNeil again. So 8-1, another 7-yard gain, but let's see if there's a penalty. 1-7 penalty on the Trojans. No penalty, so McNeil back-to-back 7-yard gains. And USC, another 1st down on the Oklahoma 20. And they did get into Oklahoma plus territory in the red zone once in the test game, and guess what? They turned it over. So 35, 1-star result for the Trojans. Ball carrier is going to be AD. And Anthony Davis off tackle. And that is going to be a 5-yard gain. So 2nd down 5 from the 15, and USC knocking on the door. Barry Switzer still cursing his offense out for those turnovers. As 2nd 5 going to be a short pass, and this is where Ray got into trouble in the test game. This is going to be stalemate column, and stalemate column a roll of 5 on the short pass. That's going to be incomplete. So Ray 0 for 2 now. And 3rd and 5 from the 15. USC at least in field goal range. And they're in that no man's land in terms of down and distance, and they're going to try and run for it here. It's going to be a good call. 13 goes to Sam Bam Cunningham on the draw, and that will be a 2-star column result. Roll of 4, 5-yard gain for Cunningham, but we're going to have another measurement as it gets it right there, and pretty sure McKay, if this measurement is short, we'll see what he does. He might go for it. 12 or less, and that's going to be just short. So 4th down, and McKay doesn't even hesitate. Here comes the play. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard. Really, as long as they stay out of the Oklahoma defensive columns, they should be cool. Oklahoma is expecting this, though, so 34. And 34, Southern Cal gets lucky. We've been a 1-star result, pushes it to stalemate. They should be okay. Ball carrier, though, is going to be Carter, and Carter is a +2 to the stalemate result. It's going to be a 6-yard run, so Carter gets it down to the 4, and 1st and goal for the Trojans. That is the 3rd 4th down they have converted in this game. And John McKay, there was some animosity in the test game as Barry Switzer tried a long pass on Oklahoma's final drive when they had the game sewn up. Robinson flipped him off coming off of the field, so he's relishing in this right now as Anthony Davis is going to get the call. Actually, my bad, it's going to be a short pass, 35, stalemate, and that will be intended for Young. So USC trying to keep Oklahoma off guard, and it's going to be another incomplete. The stalemate column is not kind to Ray. 2nd goal from the 4. McKay out coaching himself over there. This time they're going to go back to what they do best, and that is run the ball, and AD is the ball carrier, 2 stars. And 2 stars AD, roll of 8. Touchdown! USC, a 4-yard run for Anthony Davis. And USC, who was shut out in the test game, has taken the lead here on their first possession of the 2nd quarter. Extra point, 0-94. Kick is up, and it is good. USC 7, Oklahoma 0. And Sooners unable to get that high-powered wishbone offense going thus far. Each team will have 1 drive in the first half after this Oklahoma drive. So USC set to kick it away, and it's going to be a touchback for the Sooners, who take over on their own 25-yard line. Barry Switzer still yelling at his offense as they take the field. And he's going to look to punch USC in the mouth, but the dice gods keep giving Oklahoma those 60-year-olds on the trench control, and it's going to be 2 stars USC again. So row of 6 for USC in the 2-star column. That is going to be another 1-yard gain. Ball carrier there is going to be Washington. And Washington visibly upset as he gets up, barking at his offensive line as he heads back to the huddle. 2nd down and 9. Switzer going to stay conservative, keep it on the ground. 43 will be stalemate, and ball carrier there will be Luttrell. Let's see if Luttrell can bust one off. 3-yard gain, and he gets a 4th on his adjustment. So 4-yard gain for Luttrell, his longest of the day. It's going to make it 3rd down and 5 from the 30-yard line for the Sooners. Switzer sends in the play. And Davis up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 5. It's going to be a run. What else? Possible penalty, too. So 33 will be a stalemate result, and ball carrier there is going to be Burgett, who has no adjustment. 9, stalemate. 5-yard gain, though, and Burgett So we are going to have a measurement for the Sooners now. First, we'll check the penalty. And there is a penalty on the Sooners, and 4. That is going to be a false start, so scratch that. That kicks it back to the 25 and makes it 3rd down and 10. So Burgett does not get his 5 yards. And Oklahoma, not where they like to be. 3rd down and 10. See if they still run the ball, and they are not. It's going to be a short pass, no adjustment. 52, though, the Dice Gods continue to spit all over Oklahoma, as that's going to be a defensive plus result. A roll of 7 on USC's short pass, and incomplete. Just missed an 11-yard gain there, which would have been nice for the Sooners, but they are stuffed, and only 62 yards of total offense thus far. As USC will await the punt and their final drive of the first half, leading this one 7-0. And in to kick it away for the Sooners, that's going to be a 36-yard punt. Fielded at the 39-yard line by Anthony Davis, and the explosive and exciting Anthony Davis, he's going to get a 10-yard return. So up to the 49, where USC takes over 1st and 10. And USC winning the battle of field position so far in this one. Oklahoma will have one drive after this as USC comes up and they're going to run the ball. 21 is going to be a 2-star result. And ball carrier is going to be McNeil. It's going to be a gain of 4 yards for McNeil. So McKay showing no hesitation to go back to him after that fumble earlier in the game. 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 6, sticking to the ground game. This time it's going to come off the Oklahoma defensive plus chart, though. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. Ball carrier there is Davis. So down to the 44, it's going to be 3rd down and 3 as Anthony Davis now has 44 yards on 8 carries. 3rd and 3, and again, we're in that good no man's land. 22, possible penalty. It's going to be a run play, and 22 is going to be a 1-star result. Ball carrier will be Sam Bam Cunningham, the short yardage back. Let's see if he can charge ahead and get that 1st down. Roll of 5, and breaks through for a 4-yard gain. That will be enough for the 1st down. Let's check the penalty, though. 7 or less, and 9. That is going to be no penalty. So USC continues to grind away at Oklahoma. 1st and 10 at the Sooner 40 now for the Trojans. USC 25 plays in the first half thus far to Oklahoma's 13. And at 0-2, it's going to be a run play. 45 will be a stalemate, and ball carrier is going to be McNeil again. So McNeil getting a lot of carries early in this one. No adjustment to his yardage as he plunges into the line and stood up after a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. One other thing you can do in play-by-play mode is a house rule. If you're going to play full play-by-play mode, is add 1 drive per team to game to get that play total up to what it would be, closer to what it would be in hybrid. And so that really, those are the 2 house rules that I would consider if you're going to do full play-by-play. Again, taking away the offensive fumble in the stalemate here and the defensive pick in the 1-star here, and then adding a drive for each team. And again, that is only a play-by-play house rule if you desire. And again, play a couple of games, see how you feel the play totals are, and then make adjustments as needed. All right, 2nd down and 8, going to be another run play. Ball carrier once again is going to be Cunningham. So 14, that's going to be a 2-star result for USC. So USC's offensive line doing a good job moving Oklahoma off the ball as Cunningham plows ahead, breaks a tackle, and he is loose into the secondary. Big play 1 for Cunningham, and Cunningham is going to get drugged down from behind after a 14-yard gain. That's going to be another 1st down to the Oklahoma 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. As USC already over 100 yards rushing in this one. That's what they have. In fact, they have not, neither team has accumulated a yard through the air yet. All right, roll of 16, and on the trench control chart run call, that's going to be another 2-star result, and McNeil going to be the ball carrier again, and 0. That's going to be a big play too. So McNeil 2 plays in a row, gashing the Oklahoma defense, and that is going to be a 26-yard touchdown scamper for McNeil. McNeil, the star of the day so far for the Trojans, as he puts them in front 13-0 over the Oklahoma Sooners. Extra point is up and good, and that makes it 14-0. Oklahoma will look to get on the board before halftime. As Washington back deep to receive the kick, that's going to sail into the end zone though, so Oklahoma is going to have 75 yards to traverse on their final drive of the first half. And again, we will wrap this up at halftime due to time constraints. But you can see, a full play-by-play game is going to take you roughly, probably, what I started this at 6:40, so I'm 33 minutes in. So you're probably looking at a good hour, and again, I've been talking too. So, an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes to go full play-by-play mode. So Oklahoma, Barry Switzer keeping the ball on the ground, probably safest for them, 1-star result. And ball carrier is going to be Davis, the quarterback. Plunges ahead, fakes the pitch, cuts upfield, and he's going to have a nice 7-yard gain up to the 32. 2nd down and 3 for the Sooners. Sooners have to stay ahead of the sticks. And that has been what's bit them thus far in this one. They just need to control the clock. Run the ball. It's going to be another run play. 16 will be a 2-star result. Ball carrier here is going to be Peacock in to give Davis a break. And 2-star result 0. Peacock's going to have a big play as he breaks in. Fakes a pitch. Cuts inside into the USC secondary. Big play 2. 9 for Elvis Peacock. And that's a 28-yard gain. So Peacock gets it all the way down to the USC 40-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Sooners. Peacock comes out. Davis back in as Oklahoma set to go over 100 yards rushing now here. 64. They're going to have to do this out of the USC +2 column, however, as Burgett is going to get the rock, and that's going to be a 2-yard gain for Burgett. Down to the 38-yard line. Whoops. 2nd down and 8 for the Sooners. 99 yards rushing now. And again, neither team has a yard through the air yet. 12. That is going to be a good 2-star result for the Sooners. And ball carrier there is going to be Davis. And Davis going to get a 6. That's a 7-yard gain down to the 31-yard line. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 1. So everybody knows what's coming here, a run play, right? Yep, and USC is playing for it. However, good trench roll for Oklahoma. It's going to be still a 1-star result. And ball carrier once again is Davis on the keeper, and Davis cuts up and breaks a tackle. 9-yard gain down to the 22-yard line. Another 1st down for the Sooners. So Davis in the test game was stymied. He broke one late, but at one point had 9 yards on 6 carries in that game. So 1st and 10 for the Sooners as they look to get closer to USC as we move up on halftime. Yet another run play. 36 will be a stalemate result. Ball carrier is Washington. And Washington, that good roll of 8 is a 6-yard gain on stalemate plus the adjustment. Make it 7 for him. Going to be 2nd down and 3 from the 15-yard line for the Sooners. As Switzer's wishbone is now clicking on all cylinders. And USC's defense struggling to contain it. It's going to be yet another run, another 1-star result. And ball carrier is 15. That is going to be Luttrell, the big fullback. And Luttrell plows right up the gut and drags tacklers for 8 yards. Once this wishbone gets going, it is hard to stop. Going to be a 1st and goal at the 7. Oklahoma now with 130 yards running the rock, and they're going to stick to on the ground. It's going to be 42, a stalemate result. Ball carrier is Washington, and Washington going to break a tackle and waltz into the end zone. 7-yard touchdown run, and Sooners on the board as the first half winds down and comes to a close. Extra point is up and good, and it is 14-7 going into halftime at USC. So we'll call it a recording there. So Oklahoma not having the success defensively they did the first time these two teams met. Let's take a quick look at our halftime stat. And USC 28 carries, actually 28 plays, 129 yards. Both teams only 5 passes attempted here in the first half. Both teams have yet to complete one, so 0 for 5. 28 plays, 129 yards for the Trojans, 137 yards on 21 plays for the Sooners. But the Sooners, a fumble and an interception. USC has a fumble as well. And that will wrap it up. So again, as you can see, the one thing I've always been very transparent about play-by-play mode, your total plays, because this game was designed around hybrid, are going to be a little bit low. The house rule to address that would be to add 1 drive a game. So in this game, both teams would have 10, meaning right now USC in the first half would get a 10th drive, and they have controlled the ball for longer stretches than Oklahoma. So that would bring plays more into line. And again, take away this fumble on the stalemate column and this interception on the 1-star long pass column, and that will adjust the 2 big discrepancies that I found in testing. And again, nothing huge, but it's noticeable. You know, like in this game, at this point, USC is on pace for 56 plays, and Oklahoma on pace for 42, which they'll probably get more because they've had a couple of drives cut short by turnovers. So again, those 2 house rules would rectify that if you want to play full play-by-play mode. So anyway, any questions on this, including anything about the house rules, but those are the 2 I would suggest. Leave a comment, and I will be happy to answer that, or anything else you want to know about the game. And again, thank you to the community for the support on this weekend's release. This is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Hope you all have a good rest of your evening. And we will actually finish this tomorrow, finish the second half tomorrow, and I'll get an earlier start, so I'll have the video up earlier too as well. So hope you all have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.